Station developmental lottery pick draft. We'll be going down through. Smoke Fan is going to be having the first pick. We're going to go through the order right now on the draft picks, and then we will invert that selection next time, kind of like a fantasy draft pick if you would be doing fantasy football or something else. So Smoke Fan is now going to be on the clock. Yeah, we have a lot of great drivers right here tonight. We saw them tonight in the Outlaw Open. Two guys really stood out tonight, and that would be Becky and FL Buck, or Buck Racing now, as he is now known for. He is both those guys are definitely good. We actually let them run in the actual All-Star race. They fought and clawed their way into this thing. Sorry there. To get in, we've had a lot of winners here in the development series so far. We've had CVFD Fireman, Honey Wild, which is no longer with us. We've had Republican Racing win a race. T-Wing, who is also no longer with us. Buck has won a race. I believe Becky has also won a race. I mean, not much more. Waiting for Smoke Fan's first pick right here. As soon as he gets to me, I will let y'all know. Alright, so the first pick of the Outlaw Developmental Draft will be Becky Lynch, coming out of SHR Racing as the number one pick. And Deadpool will now be on the clock. Deadpool, he helps a lot of these guys. He may be looking for a Char card. He may be looking for one of these lower drivers to really help, which, he honestly is one of the great guys that would be able to do that here in this draft. Waiting for Deadpool's selection now. Waiting for Deadpool's selection now. Definitely some awesome racing on the track. If y'all did not watch that tonight, go over and watch our most previous video. Would be the Outlaw All-Star race. We was 3 and 4 wide action all around Las Vegas Motor Speedway, with Smoke Fan B20 bringing home the win. That actually determined this draft order. Okay, coming in now with the second pick of the Outlaw Developmental Draft, Deadpool is gonna go with Kansas CVFD Fireman 2019, the current point leader in the Outlaw Developmental Series. He's also won a race here at Dover. Who's next on the draft pick right here? Who's next on the selection? Fluffy for Roush Racing or Roush Gaming now. Another one of your Pro League drivers here in the Outlaw Developmental Series. And Fluffy has already came through with his first selection in this draft. And the third pick of the Outlaw Developmental Draft will be Zeggy, one of our Truck Series guys. He does not actually run the Developmental Series, but he's not a Cup guy, so he is eligible for this draft. Who's fourth? Okay, so I'm now on the clock, and I've had my eye on this guy for a while. Me and him's raced for a long time together. One of my buddies on here, I'm gonna have to go with Republican Racing. Got one at his home track of Kentucky Motor Speedway. And so far off this list, we have Becky gone off this list, Zeggy, Kenseth, and Republican Racing. And who's next on the list? I believe it's DK. DK is now on the clock. DK is now on the clock waiting for his selection. He had an eye on Becky back before he actually got picked up to be a Pro League driver when he was running Joe Gibbs Racing over here. Had Becky driving for him. Becky has run part-time in the Cup Series and everything else. But one of the guys that I really figured that DK would probably go with was going first pick in this draft. Waiting for that selection to be made. And DK Brown will go with a newcomer in this series, a guy that has shown a lot of potential in his first two races he ran over here in Outlaw. He won both of them. Buck Racing will now be your fifth pick in the Outlaw Developmental Draft. Now who's on the clock? Okay, now Cheesa is on the clock. We are going to have his Chevy Racing teammate, as Cheesa cannot be here currently with us. We're going to have his Chevy Racing teammate make that selection, as they're going to be working as a camp most of this season here in Outlaw Racing. Waiting for that selection to be made. A lot of great drivers still on the board. None of these drivers, though, that you can pick up have a win yet. So all the guys that have won previously is gone off the board. So a lot of these guys coming up now, you're really going to have to work with. Well, Ty of Hazard, a guy that has not made a start yet in Outlaw. Ty of Hazard, who has not made a start yet in Outlaw Developmental Series, but he is now yes, that's all that's available. But Ty of Hazard is now being picked up for Cheesa over there with the CGR camp. Ty of Hazard, who has pro league hopes, as if you've seen his post on Twitter in the last couple of days, he said tonight would be his start to the pro league. Who's next? Now we're going to have another pro league guy in this thing called Go Fast Matt. Up on the board, another Go. So we have another Go Fast Racing entry in this thing currently. As there's a lot of considerations for this thing. You know, one Shark Carb is a consideration. You know, we're going in a little bit of this lower class right now on who to pick. You know, I would probably suggest Dave Ferguson, a Shark Carb. I believe Dave is another guy that's a Mook. But Dave Ferguson, we have another guy, Mook Dude, who's showing some promise. Coming over from the dirt side, he can really wheel around a race car. As he showed a little promise there tonight. Clipped the apron a couple times in the All-Star Open.
All right. Well, I guess I was kind of thrown into this, but my pick will be Shark. I'll take him. He seems like he's very promising. I haven't seen him race yet, but we'll make it work for this season.
So right now, coming in with this latest pick from the Xbox Pro League driver, Go Fast Matt 32. A Pro League winner at Indianapolis Motor Speedway is going to go with Shark Carb. Good Lord. Who is, Shark Carb and all these guys now getting picked over here in this first round is definitely excited. Waiting for the next pick to come through. Who would that be? Galen is going to be, he ain't here, so we're going to allow Smoke to make this pick. Another entry for Stuart Haas Racing. And we are going to, SHR is going to select the Dirt driver coming over from the Dudes Broadcasting Network. A guy who has been really competitive over in Dirt and everything else. SHR is going to go with Mook Dude. Mook Dude has been selected by Stuart Haas Racing. We are waiting to see, get this order. Hangman is now on the clock, waiting for this. You know, a lot of good drives. Yeah, Elvin Priest is still on the board. One of the truck guys that was already picked. Okay, coming in now from Hangman, he is going to take the Truck Series driver who was eligible to run a couple races in Cup this season. Hasn't made the first start yet. Probably make that over on Heat 4. Hangman is going to go with Elvin Priest. And now Hangman, where we are inverting this thing, Hangman's going to receive another pick. Back-to-back picks. Definitely interesting to see what he's going to go with here. Waiting. Yes, and the brothers will now be picked together. Well, not on the same team, but CVFD Fireman 2020 Albert, who has showed some promise, will be able to work with Hangman over at Hendrick Motorsports. Oh, And now we are going to go back to Galen. I'm going to be making that selection next. And Stewart Haas Racing will be selecting Dave Ferguson 365. A big fuel-saving crew. I've raced with this guy another long time. Really excited to see these guys develop and go ahead. Waiting for the next. Who's going to be the next one? We're going to go back around to the Xbox Pro League driver in Go Fast Matt 32. No, we got to add Intimidator is also on there. Intimidator, Burning is also on there, and is there? Oh, Salty Tenders is also on there. Another development guy. So 5 more drivers left to be picked in this Outlaw developmental draft. Waiting for this thing to come around. Go Fast Matt, waiting for that selection over on him. A very strong run over him tonight. And the last race he ran, that was a points race over here in Outlaw, he won at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Waiting for that selection to be made.
Thrown into this, but coming in with the second pick, I would like to pick the Intimidator. My reason is, if I remember correctly, I saw him race during the showcase races, and I thought he was pretty damn good. So I like to go with him.
Okay, well, Street, man, you're one of my good friends on here. Intimidator, 1951, the driver of the number 3 truck tonight in the Outlaw Open, will be selected by Go Fast Matt. Well, who's it going to go to? Is it going to go back to me now? Okay, Cheesa is now on the clock with Chip Ganassi Racing. Waiting for him to make that selection, still, as he cannot. So we are going to go ahead and we're going to give Cheesa Burning the selection from Hangman once again with that Hendrick affiliation over there. Burning, a guy that is eligible to running Cup, but still considered one of our developmental type drivers. Now who's next? Is it DK or me? It's DK. Now next will be the newest addition to the eNASCAR Heat Pro League, DK Brown, selecting once again for Go Fast Racing. Waiting. Now, I know you're waiting for this one. Uncle Sticky Icky will be selected to Go Fast Racing. Man, you gotta love that name. Okay, now who's next in this thing? Who's left? I would have to select right now. Well, that would be Salty Tenders, a guy that I picked up in another league here a while ago and started developing. Being able to work with him will be wonderful. Once again, I believe he's going to be able to turn into a little nice shoe. Is that all? DK. Waiting to see if I do not believe if we have any more drivers left. Waiting for this thing to get panned out right here. Kentucky Colonel would be the only driver left in this thing. And Fluffy Racing, the Roush. The Roush Fenway entry. Yeah, but there's not any more. Yeah, I picked Dave. Yeah. Okay, now next on the clock, before I even get it entered, Deadpool, who already had that one up and Adam
Raven.
ready to go. Rogue Raven has been selected, the next to last pick in the
You forgot.
Development League draft. Who do we have anybody left? Do we have anybody left, or is that all it's going to be tonight?
I don't think I got drafted.
Oh no, we have one more driver. We have one more driver left to be drafted, and that's going to have to go to the Stewart Haas Racing entry and Smoke Fan. And that would go to Sea King, will now be a part of Stewart Haas Racing. Welcome aboard.
What? You kidding me?
And guys, go fast.
They're not listening to you all, are they?
And this will conclude the Development League draft. I hope all the owners and all the drivers are very happy. We will be getting in contact with you very soon about roles upon the team and getting y'all in chats. Thank
Thanks
you
so
for
much for
everything,
the
and thank y'all for
opportunity.
y'all's committed support to this year's draft.